She's in lane 1 representing the Tumbleweed Track Club.
This young lady would have been a part of the 1063 from Shelley and Fraser Price last year, Natasha Morrison.
Runs at MVP 11:31 to qualify. She also a sub-11 runner at her best.
400 meters down to 100, 200, Shericka Jackson.
Special talent, sub-50, sub-22, sub-11. Shericka Jackson, 10:98 to get here. Does she ascend the throne in the 100 meters?
It's indeed a new era for track and field. New era track club, Lane Thompson-Hero.
10:54 is the big number for her. Set last year in Eugene at the Prefontaine Classic. Fastest woman alive, Elaine Thompson-Hero.
This young lady would have seen her national junior record go. Brianna Williams.
Brianna's run 10:98 here, 10:99 here. Her personal best 10:97 also was the national junior record. Trained by Otto Golden. See how she delivers here. 4th in this race last year.
The outside in day 6 from Sprint Tech, Mona Burchett.
11:15 to get to this final, representing for Sprint Tech in this final.
Janelle Smith, what a run it was to get her to this final, 11:23.
Every time Janelle Smith, well, Marianne steps on the track, she goes faster. 11:30 to get through the heats, 11:23 in the semis. What does she deliver in the final?
And you talk about having brilliant starts. This young lady, she has a brilliant start, Kemba Nelson.
Also getting her first sub-11 this year. Kemba Nelson has done 10:97. She ran 10:98 in her semi. A stellar lineup. Fantastic running. Shelley Ann Fraser Price is already on the team for the 100 meters to the World Championship, despite what happened in the semis. The top 3 here will join Shelley Ann Fraser Price.
Conditions are right, and we have seen some great running so far in the 100 meter race. This now to bring the curtain down. The show for day 2 of these championships.
The athletes seem to have not heard.
That means maybe the speaker is not working. David, let's see. This is not the time for the speakers to stop working, though.
So, the second in command for the starters, Mr. Gregory Hamilton. Heard him twice giving the command on your marks. And there's some checks being done now with the system.
None of the athletes moved, which means we heard it better than they did.
Maybe we're the only ones who are getting on our marks.
Well, there's supposed to be a race between Bruce and myself.
I don't think that's the call for it. The athletes will keep themselves warm and active as the anticipation builds for this women's 100 meter final. 10.8, 9.85.
And if you're a viewer and you're nervous, it's okay.
It is, because Bruce is not a viewer and he's nervous.
I think I qualify as a viewer. I'm viewing the race. Jody, I'm viewing the race.
So it seems as if they've sorted out the technical glitches and we're ready once again for the final of the women's 100 meters. Natalia White in 1, Natasha Morrison in 2, Shericka Jackson in 3, Lane Thompson-Hero in 4, Brianna Williams in 5, Ramona Burchell in 6, Johnny Smith in 7, and Kevin Nelson in 8.
Who will be Jamaica's new national champion?
Women's 100 meter dash.
Set.
The set position.
Stand up, stand up. Nothing.
The break at the start.
Yes, not all the athletes reacted or responded to the commands that were given.
We are hearing the set more clearly than them because we actually have a microphone close to the starter. The athletes are depending on the speaker through which they starter. Whoa, okay.
And they're not using individual speakers on the starting blocks.
Which I think they should actually. I'm a big believer in the sprint events or the events where you use blocks. You should have the MIDI speakers connected to the blocks. Oh no.
You really don't want this. Not sure, but I've seen some gestures from Shericka Jackson. And how how difficult is it? I don't know, maybe you guys have heard from athletes in a situation like this where it's a big race. You know that it's a big race, anticipation building, and then you just expect to go there, get to the line, on your mark, set, go, and then you're off as the dignitaries, the way Coach Glenn Mills, their head coach, Racers Track Club, Faithful Williams, the Minister of Education, the Honourable Olivia Grange, the Minister of Sport, and the President of the J3, Scott Gale there.
Getting an update from our producer Ren that they're having some technical issues down at the start, and the athletes have been told to get back into their warm-up gear, and well, this is an indefinite hold now.
Yeah, well, if they're being told to get back in their warm-up gear, as you said, Spencer, we could be here for a little bit.
All right, so now we move David to a new portion of training that many coaches may not focus on. What do you do if there's an issue at the start? How do you keep, and that's the electronic gun that they're testing there. Lots of
you
wires
have
connected.
to prepare for all the eventualities. I mean, thinking that you're going to go to the start line and nothing, is going to go wrong is not properly preparing the athlete or preparing yourself for the event. And of course, that's something that you have to go through and make sure you're just so focused that it doesn't matter what happens, you're still not thrown off and unable to deliver your best performance.
Certainly hope, David, that you're correct, that the athletes will still be able to perform at their best.
Well, your best performance comes when you're relaxed, and I'm not sure why this would cause an athlete to not be relaxed. Might be distracted or anxious, but relaxed state is what gives you your best performance.
Looks as if they sorted out the issues. The green card being shown to the field, so we will do this for the third time. The final of the women's 100 meters. Natalia White in 1, Natasha Morrison in 2, Shericka Jackson in 3, Elaine Thompson-Hero in 4, Brianna Williams in 5, Ramona Burchell in 6, Johnny L. Smith in 7, and Kemba Nelson in lane 8. They haven't been sent to their blocks just yet.
The starter is testing the sound that the gun makes, and it's not a very convincing sound. When the system is at its best, we hear the shot loud and clear. So it's a combination of the instructions, meaning the on your mark and set instructions, but also very importantly the report of the gun. That sound, we've known on a couple of occasions this weekend we've heard what I call the pool, the swimming sound, the swim start sound. Alright, we're going to try again. Renard, I know you didn't say it for the final time, you said for the third time.
So I guess there is a fourth. So for the fourth time, the final of the women's 100 meters. Natalia White in 1, Natasha Morrison in 2, Shericka Jackson in 3, Elaine Thompson-Hero in 4, Brianna Williams in 5, Ramona Burchell in 6, Johnny Smith in 7, and Kemba Nelson in 8.
The set position now. Hopefully this will be a clean start. Well, something is happening here.
Yeah, we'll be here for a while.
Renardo, I think you predicted this one. Renardo said for the third time, for the fourth time. What I wanted Renardo to say is for the last time, for the final time.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll blame him.
I don't trust what's happening downstairs, so I won't say that.
Wow.
Yeah, this is unfortunate though.
It is.
You know, we can't say in any way that this was planned, but unplanned events like these are a little bit disturbing. But hopefully the athletes can remain focused and just keep reminding themselves.
Let's
what's
be honest.
important.
It takes away some of the anticipation. After that 985 from Johan Blade, everyone here, they were pumped up and but the delay now, you get the feeling that persons now are starting to get a little bit anxious and starting to complain a bit.
Well, actually, the biggest concern for people like David Riley and all the other coaches and the athletes is the fear and risk of injury.
Yeah.
You know, your body has been prepared for over 2 hours now to go at a specific time, and that time is now well past. You got out, you went to the call room, you had to sit for a while, then you had to be escorted from the call room on a 10-minute journey to the start. And having gotten there, you expected to run on time.
Well, what they've done this particular championships is to decrease that time. So the call time's a little later to give the athletes less time at the start line. So they're bringing them almost just in time to compete. And but this, of course, would set them past the time that they prepare their body to do so, to race at a particular time.
The athletes, many of them, slapping the back of their legs, jogging, trying to keep the body warm. This is what they did before coming out here. They don't want to do too much work because they want to save all the energy, all the effort for the actual run. But they really need to keep safe. Injuries are the biggest enemy of athletes.
There will be some tired legs in the stands, by the way, because there are persons who've been standing even before the men's 100-meter finals.
And they actually run the 100 as well with them.
Yes, they have. Johnny Smith there.
So she's now down on the track.
Yeah, she's now sitting on the track. So you get the feeling that, again, because she will have to get up and get a couple of strides. I understand that they're probably looking to switch over from the electronic gun. So let's see what will happen there.
All right, so there are 2 steps though, Renardo. And I'm speaking obviously from experience. You can switch from the electronic gun to the regular pistol. That doesn't address the instructions. You still have to find a way to say to them, on your mark and get set. And that's what's happening now. They're hearing the on your mark, and then they're not sure if they're hearing the set. Some react to the set. 4 of them go up in the set, 4 don't.
We saw 2 cases where they start to set on your marks and none of the athletes responded.
Right. So they didn't hear the on your marks in that case.
Right.
But so even if you're to change to the electronic, from the electronic gun to the regular pistol, that only deals with the shot, the start signal. You still need to find, there are ways around that. You could coordinate with the announcer, and if the announcer is experienced enough, he can, and people like Hubert Lawrence and I have been to enough track meets over the years where you have the announcer give the on your mark and set instructions based on hand signals from the start, and then the athletes only go based on the gun.
And then you lose the reaction time.
All right, so
Hey, move now, man.
let's see what will happen now for the 5th time, the women's 100-meter finals. Natalia White, Natasha Morrison, Shericka Jackson, Lane Thompson-Hero, Brianna Williams, Ramona Burchell, Janelle Smith, and Kemba Nelson.
The set position now once again.
Set.
Set. And the final time, and now Brianna Williams got a great start. Shericka Jackson's running superbly as well. Elaine Thompson-Hero will have to come from behind. Kemba Nelson's finishing fast and furious. Shericka Jackson produces a big performance. 10.78 seconds. She upsets her more fancied 100-meter rivals. 10.77 for Shericka Jackson. 100th of a second outside her personal best. That was a stunning piece of sprinting. Second, Kemba Nelson. That's a major surprise as well. 10.88 seconds. What have we seen here? Elaine Thompson-Hero, the 2-time Olympic champion, settling for 3rd in 10.89 seconds. What a race.
I get the sense that Elaine was just being very cautious, not really pushing, and trying to be safe, having to settle with all the events surrounding the start. And I'm happy she's in the top 3.
Winning her first ever national championships in the 100 meters, Shericka Jackson beats her former training partner, Kemba Nelson, who has set a spectacular personal best of 10.88. But we now have our new national champion in the 100 meters at that.
A brilliant run from Shericka Jackson, and a personal best, as you said, for Brianna Williams as well, 10.94.
Look at the start. Brianna Williams out first. She's gone after Boland trains her well. And Shericka Jackson held that drive pace well, leading Elaine Thompson here at this point. The Olympic champion goes into overdrive, but was unable to challenge Shericka Jackson, who kept stepping. And look at lane number 8. It is Kemba Nelson who does outlane Elaine Thompson hero for that silver medal. So our big four for the World Championship: Shericka Jackson, the national champion. Look at that focus, determination. 10.77. She has done multiple 10.7s now, but any more important than this national championship? Perhaps that Olympic bronze medal. Elaine Thompson here drove, got past Brianna Williams, who sets a PB as mentioned by Renardo, but look at that reaction. Does it matter to the athletes? It absolutely does.
That looks like the same reaction in the 4x4 when Team Jamaica
won the gold.
Won the gold each.
Okay, look at this. The athletes focused, looking down. Brianna Williams in the lead at this point. Natasha Morrison actually up before Shericka and Elaine. And this is where the focus comes in. The knees, the swing in the arms, trying to relax. Even with the Olympic champion behind you, you still have to relax. And that's what Shericka Jackson does. Stepping confidently forward, and she doesn't even lean. She doesn't actually lean. She runs across the line. She sees the time. She celebrates. Jamaica, you have been served with 4 spectacular 100-meter races. On the 20 girls, a new national junior record, 10.96. On the 20 boys, 10.20 personal best from Sandra Davison. The men, Johan Blake at 10.80, 9.80.